Welcome back, coin enthusiasts. Today's episode promises to be a real eye-opener as we take a journey into the world of Australian 50-cent coins, but not just any coins. We're talking about the top 4 most valuable and expensive 50 cents Australia coins, minted in different years and now considered absolute gems in the numismatic world. These coins might have once casually passed through people's hands, unnoticed and underappreciated, but not anymore. In today's action-packed collector's market, these pieces are being snapped up by investors and hobbyists alike, with prices climbing to truly impressive levels. So whether you're a lifelong collector or someone who just stumbled upon an old coin jar at home, you'll want to stick around, because one of these coins could turn out to be worth a small fortune. Let's get started. First up, the 1978 Australian 50-cent coin. Found in black, circulated condition, this coin might look like nothing more than an old, tarnished relic, but look deeper, and you'll uncover a numismatic masterpiece that could quietly be one of the most overlooked coins in the market today. This is not just a coin. It's a portal to the past and a potential key to unexpected wealth. Minted by the Royal Australian Mint at a time when Australia was finding its footing economically and culturally after the upheavals of the early 1970s, the 1978 50-cent coin was more than just a piece of spare change. It was a symbol of national identity. It bore no commemorative markings, no celebratory events or anniversaries, but what it did carry was a sense of steadfast continuity. It was part of a generation of coins that formed the foundation of modern Australian commerce, and it continues to circulate today, albeit rarely in pristine form. Most of the surviving examples show heavy signs of use, worn edges, dulled surfaces, and in some cases, a blackened patina from decades of exposure. And yet, it's these very signs of life that tell its story. Let's begin with its visual design, a hallmark of timeless Australian numismatics. On the reverse side, you'll find the bold and intricate Australian coat of arms, originally designed by Stuart Devlin, master jeweler and coin designer to Queen Elizabeth II. Centered within a 12-sided polygon, the coat of arms features the powerful kangaroo and emu, flanking a shield adorned with 6 state emblems. Above the shield rests a 7-pointed Commonwealth star, and below it, a flowing scroll completes the regal design. In black circulated condition, the finer details of this engraving may be worn, but under close inspection, the depth and artistry still speak volumes. The kangaroo's limbs, the emu's feathers, and the ornate lines of the shield remain a beautiful relic of the past. For those who can spot quality even through wear, this coin is a treasure waiting to be appreciated. On the obverse, the coin carries the port and rate of Queen Elizabeth II, sculpted by Arnold Mackin, showing her wearing a royal tiara and facing right. This was the second official portrait used on Australian coins from 1966 to 1984. Around the edge, the inscription reads Elizabeth II Australia 1978. Though time and handling may have softened the features on a blackened coin, the regal image and sharp outer lettering still stand as a testament to its craftsmanship and enduring legacy. When it comes to specifications, the 1978 Australian 50-cent coin upholds the classic structure of its series. It has a diameter of 31.65 millimeters, making it one of the largest circulating coins in the country. It weighs 15.55 grams, crafted from copper nickel, 75% copper, 25% nickel, a hardy and corrosion-resistant alloy perfect for long-term use. The coin's dodecagonal shape, 12 flat sides, is one of its most recognizable features, giving it both tactile appeal and instant recognition. Even in circulated and discolored condition, the weight, shape, and size of the 1978 coin offer a commanding presence in hand. Now, let's talk numbers. The mintage figure for the 1978 50-cent coin stands at 25.6 million, which on the surface may not seem rare. But the key here lies in the survival rate, particularly in very fine or better condition. Most coins from this year were used extensively in daily transactions. Few were kept aside, and even fewer survived the decades without developing the dark tones, surface dings, and edge that come with hard circulation. Finding one in black but structurally sound condition tells a story of a coin that has seen time, commerce, and history, and it may be exactly the type of raw, unpolished gem collectors now seek. The current market value varies widely depending on condition. A 1978 50-cent coin in average circulated state may be worth $1 to $3 Australian, still above face value, especially when blackened coins with character are sought by collectors of age patina coins. In very fine to extremely fine condition, prices can jump to $5 to $15 Australian, while uncirculated or mint-state coins can sell for $30 to $70 and even higher at auctions. But where things get truly exciting is in the market for error coins, misstrikes, off-center mintings, double rim prints, or clipped planchets. Any such anomaly on a 1978 coin can catapult its value into the hundreds or even thousands, depending on the severity and rarity of the error. What's more, the demand for older decimal coins is exploding. Younger generations of collectors are entering the scene, fueled by digital marketplaces, social media treasure hunters, and numismatic influencers who are bringing fresh attention to the forgotten coins of yesteryear. The 1978 50-cent coin has become a must-have for collectors assembling full-year sets, and especially for those hunting coins with unique color tones, heavy patina, or eye-catching circulated wear. The black hue that some may dismiss as damage is often embraced as character, a marker of age, survival, and authenticity. Even more, the passing of Queen Elizabeth II in 2022 has driven up the value of coins bearing her earlier portraits. Collectors and royal enthusiasts alike are scrambling to preserve these coins before they vanish from circulation. The 1978 coin, bearing her image in mid-reign, is now more than just currency. It's a piece of regal and Commonwealth history. So what does this mean for you? If you've stumbled upon a blackened, circulated 1978 50-cent coin, don't toss it aside. Examine it carefully. Look beyond the discoloration. Is the edge still defined? Are the reliefs, queen, kangaroo, emu still visible? If yes, you may be holding on to something with more than just nostalgic value. You could be holding a sleeper coin, one that collectors are quietly accumulating before the mainstream wakes up and drives its price to new heights. Coins like the 1978 Australian 50 cent remind us of something powerful, that age, character, and quiet endurance matter. In a world chasing shine and flash, it's sometimes the dark, aged, and well-traveled pieces that hold the richest stories and the highest potential. So check your drawers. Dig through that old coin jar. That black coin you almost forgot about might just be your ticket to a richer future. Next up, the 1980 Australian 50-cent coin, a coin that, even in circulated condition, could very well be your unexpected gateway to a collector's jackpot and possibly even a life-changing find. The year 1980 was a turning point for many aspects of Australian society. Politically stable, economically growing, and culturally vibrant, Australia was carving out its own identity in the late 20th century. And while the country was forging ahead, so too was its coinage. The Royal Australian Mint, known for its excellence and consistency, continued to produce strong decimal currency, including the iconic 50-cent coin. But what makes the 1980 50-cent piece truly special isn't just its design or mintage. It's the story it tells, the details it holds, and the quiet rarity of high-quality survivors that collectors are now scrambling to find. Let's begin with the design. On the reverse, we're greeted by the majestic Australian coat of arms, a powerful and intricately detailed image created by none other than Stuart Devlin, the master craftsman who designed many of Australia's most iconic coins. This coat of arms features the proud kangaroo and emu flanking a central shield, which displays the emblems of the 6 Australian states. Above it all sits the Commonwealth star, while below flows a ribbon bearing the name Australia. In circulated condition, the finer lines of this design may be softened, but the overall impression remains strong, dignified, and rich with national pride. It's a design that commands attention, and in better preserved circulated coins, it still glimmers with numismatic brilliance. Turn the coin over, and you'll find the obverse featuring the timeless portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, sculpted by Arnold Machin. This effigy, used from 1966 through to the mid-1980s, shows the Queen wearing a tiara, her profile calm and stately. Even in circulated coins, this image often holds up surprisingly well, with the Queen's silhouette standing out against the smooth field of the background. The inscription reads, Elizabeth II, Australia 1980, and in many well-worn examples, it remains fully legible, a testament to the coin's durability and the quality of its minting. Now, let's break down the specifications of this coin, because even the physical build of the 1980 50-cent piece tells us something important. Struck in copper nickel, an alloy of 75% copper and 25% nickel, it offers corrosion resistance and strength. The coin weighs a hefty 15.55 grams and spans a diameter of 31.65 millimeters, making it one of the largest and most substantial coins in Australian circulation. And let's not forget its 12-sided dodecagonal shape, a standout feature that makes it easy to recognize and harder to lose. That shape alone gives the coin a personality that's both practical and artistic. So how rare is the 1980 50-cent coin today? Well, in terms of original mintage, the Royal Australian Mint produced over 32.7 million of these coins, certainly not a small number. But here's the twist. The majority of those coins were used heavily in circulation, and many were lost, damaged, or worn down beyond collectability. The key today lies in finding these coins in good shape. Circulated coins that have retained strong detail, especially in the coat of arms or the Queen's portrait, are becoming scarcer each year. And as more collectors emerge, especially those assembling full year-date collections of decimal coins, demand for decent condition 1980 specimens continues to grow. Now to the part that catches everyone's ear, the value. In average circulated condition, this coin can fetch between $1 and $3 Australian, depending on how much of the original detail it has retained. But when you reach coins in very fine or extremely fine condition, prices can jump to $5 to $15 Australian, particularly if the coin has no scratches, dings, or rim damage. And for those rare few coins that were never circulated, those pulled straight from mint rolls and kept safe for decades, values can rise to $30, $50, or even $100 Australian or more, especially if graded professionally at MS64 or higher. Add to that the exciting market for error coins, and you've got real potential for big earnings. A 1980 50-cent coin with a minting error, such as a double strike, off-center image, clipped planchet, or die cracks, can fetch hundreds or thousands of dollars at auction. These rare errors are like lightning in a bottle, and finding one can truly change your financial game. Even coins with deep patina or unique toning can attract premium buyers who specialize in visually distinctive pieces. And we haven't even touched on the growing collector base. In recent years, with the rise of coin collecting communities online, social media treasure hunters, and numismatic influencers, there has been an explosion of interest in Australia's older decimal coins. People are starting to understand that their loose change could hold untold value. The 1980 50-cent coin, with its mature age, striking design, and fading availability in good condition, is right at the center of this growing storm. So what does this mean for you? It means the coin that's been hiding in your kitchen drawer or resting in a forgotten coin jar might just be more than dead weight. That old silver-toned coin with 12 sides and a blackened edge, it might be your entry ticket into the world of rare coin collecting. Or better yet, it might be your stepping stone towards something much bigger, a coin that appreciates over time and brings returns no one saw coming. In a world where everyone's chasing digital assets and high-risk investments, the 1980 Australian 50-cent coin stands as a humble reminder. Sometimes the greatest treasures are tangible, historical, and already in your hands. And even in circulated condition, it has the power to tell a story, build a collection, and yes, maybe even make you a millionaire. Next up, the 1983 Australian 50-cent coin. At first glance, it may appear like any other half-dollar coin, a familiar piece of metal that's passed through the hands of millions of Australians. But look closer. In very fine condition, this coin reveals a quiet strength, a timeless design, and a rarity that's making serious waves in the numismatic market. It may not shout for attention, but make no mistake, this coin could very well be your unexpected golden ticket. And yes, it might even be the coin that makes you a millionaire. Let's begin by rewinding the clock to the early 1980s, a period of change and growth for Australia. The economy was stabilizing, pop culture was thriving, and the Royal Australian Mint was steadily producing coins that would become modern classics. In 1983, amidst all of this, the 50-cent coin continued its proud tradition with a mintage that seemed standard at the time. But decades later, collectors are starting to see the 1983 issue in a whole new light. Not only are surviving specimens becoming harder to find, but those in very fine condition or better are being snapped up with urgency by collectors seeking year sets, legacy pieces, and hidden treasures. Now let's talk design, because this coin carries with it one of the most detailed and respected designs in Australian coin history. The reverse features the striking Australian coat of arms, a majestic display of national symbolism created by the legendary Stuart Devlin. Here, we see the regal kangaroo and the stately emu standing guard on either side of a central shield, which proudly displays the emblems of Australia's 6 states. Above it is the radiant 7-pointed Commonwealth star, while a flowing scroll completes the composition below. In very fine condition, even after years of circulation, the kangaroo's muscular limbs, the emu's feathers, and the ornate details of the shield remain crisp and clear. Light dances across the coin's 12 sides, giving it a visual energy that elevates it from everyday currency to a work of art. On the obverse, we find the graceful and enduring image of Queen Elizabeth II, sculpted by Arnold Machin. Her profile is framed by the inscription, Elizabeth II, Australia, 1983, her tiara detailed and regal. In very fine examples, the contours of her face, the fine points of her crown, and the outer rim text still hold strong, resisting the wear and tear of decades in circulation. The combination of this royal obverse with the heraldic reverse creates a coin that speaks to Australia's cultural depth and identity. In terms of specifications, the 1983 50-cent coin upholds the trusted and iconic structure shared by its predecessors. It's struck in copper-nickel, a durable blend of 75% copper and 25% nickel, chosen for its long-lasting luster and resilience. The coin weighs 15.55 grams, has a diameter of 31.65 millimeters, and features that distinctive dodecagonal, 12-sided, shape, which not only makes it easy to identify, but also gives it a unique tactile feel. It's not just a coin, it's a piece of precision engineering you can hold in your hand. But what about the numbers? The mintage for the 1983 50-cent coin was around 49.6 million, which may sound like a lot. But here's where things get interesting. A huge portion of those coins were never heavily preserved. Most were tossed into tills, carried in pockets, or lost in drawers. Fast forward to today, and high-grade survivors, especially in very fine condition or better, are significantly less common than the mintage figure suggests. Many examples have been scratched, battered, or corroded, leaving only a select few that have stood the test of time. And now for the part that really gets collectors excited, the market value. In general circulated condition, the 1983 50-cent coin might sell for $1 to $2 Australian dollars, a modest jump from its face value. But once you step into the realm of very fine condition, values jump to $5, $10, even up to $20 Australian dollars, especially if the coin features a clean strike, strong edges, and minimal wear. Coins that fall under the extremely fine to uncirculated category can fetch $30 to $75 Australian dollars, depending on demand and grading. But wait, it gets better. Rare error versions of this coin, those with off-center strikes, double rims, die breaks, or clipped planchets, have been reported to sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars in major numismatic auctions. That's the kind of treasure that turns pocket change into portfolio gold. Collectors are also keeping a sharp eye on tone variations. Some 1983 coins develop a rich golden or rainbow patina from decades of careful storage, especially in airtight containers or coin albums. These naturally toned coins are in high demand among premium collectors, often fetching far more than standard circulated examples. And let's not forget the royal factor. With Queen Elizabeth II's passing in 2022, coins featuring her earlier portraits are skyrocketing in historical and sentimental value, becoming powerful pieces of Commonwealth legacy. So what does this all mean for you? It means that if you're holding a 1983 Australian 50-cent coin in very fine condition, you're not just holding a coin. You're holding a piece of history, a potential investment, and possibly a life-changing collectible. And because many people still overlook this coin, dismissing it as ordinary, now is the time to act. Check your drawers. Sort through your jars. Visit local markets or ask family members if they've stashed away any old 50-cent coins. That unassuming silver piece could be worth far more than you think, and it's only going up in value from here. In the world of rare coins, it's not always the flashiest that win. Sometimes, it's the quiet, steadfast survivors, the ones that have endured without fanfare, that carry the greatest value. And the 1983 Australian 50-cent coin, especially in very fine condition, is one of those powerful sleepers. Don't let this chance pass you by. Because tomorrow, what you thought was just loose change could become your next million-dollar discovery. Next up, the 2004 Australian 50-cent coin. At first glance, it might seem like just another half-dollar, another silvery piece in the decimal puzzle. But in excellent condition, this coin tells a very different story. It's a story of artistry, precision, rarity, and value. Possibly even the kind of value that could turn spare change into a small fortune. The year 2004 may not scream historical milestone or royal commemoration, but that's precisely what makes this coin a hidden gem. It was struck during a period when the Royal Australian Mint was continuing its legacy of excellence in design and quality, producing coins not just for currency, but for collectors and future generations. The 2004 50-cent coin holds its place in the main decimal series, yet it's increasingly being sought after by collectors who know that condition, detail, and timing make all the difference. Let's begin with the coin's design, which stands proudly as one of the most iconic and enduring motifs in Australian coinage history. The reverse side features the Australian coat of arms, originally designed by master jeweler Stuart Devlin. Centered within the striking 12-sided dodecagonal shape, this bold composition showcases the kangaroo and emu standing guard over a shield that bears the symbols of Australia's 6 states. Above the shield, the Commonwealth star shines with 7 points, and beneath it, a flowing ribbon adds to the elegance of the design. In excellent condition, the coin comes alive. Every line of the kangaroo's sinewy strength, every feather of the emu's proud posture, and every detail of the shield's heraldry remains crisp and full of character. It's not just a coin. It's a miniature sculpture that pays homage to the spirit of a nation. Turn the coin over and you'll find the obverse graced by the regal image of Queen Elizabeth II, sculpted by Ian Rank Broadley, whose portrait became the new standard on Australian coins starting in 1999. The Queen is depicted facing right, wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, her gaze calm and confident. Surrounding her portrait are the words Elizabeth II Australia 2004. In coins that have been well preserved, the texture of her hair, the sharp lines of her profile, and even the delicate features of the tiara remain beautifully intact, proof of both artistic brilliance and minting precision. From a technical perspective, the 2004 50-cent coin remains consistent with its lineage. It's struck in copper-nickel, an alloy composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, offering both durability and an eye-catching silver sheen. It weighs 15.55 grams, measures 31.65 millimeters in diameter, and carries the instantly recognizable dodecagonal, 12-sided shape. This shape is not only distinctive and practical, but also a tactile reminder that this is no ordinary coin. Its substantial size and weight give it a commanding presence, especially in high-grade condition where surface luster and edge definition remain fully intact. Now, let's dig into the rarity and market appeal. While the 2004 50-cent coin was not minted in extremely low numbers, its circulation mintage stands at around 22.2 million. Its growing demand is being fueled by a number of key factors. First, the passage of time has taken its toll. Many of these coins were heavily circulated, meaning only a fraction of them have survived in excellent or uncirculated condition. Second, collectors are increasingly focused on completing date runs of decimal coinage, and clean, sharp examples from the early 2000s are proving harder to find than once assumed. Finally, with global interest in Queen Elizabeth II-era coins surging after her passing in 2022, the spotlight is now shining on these more recent but historically important issues. So how much could a 2004 50-cent coin in excellent condition be worth? Well, in average circulated condition, it might sell for $1 to $2 Australian dollars, but coins in excellent, nearly uncirculated condition can easily command $10 to $25 Australian dollars, particularly if the strike is sharp and the surfaces are clean and glossy. For professionally graded coins, those submitted to services like PCGS or NGC, values can soar even higher. A top-grade MS65 or MS66 coin can fetch $50, $75, or even more, especially if it exhibits eye-catching toning or is part of a well-preserved collection. Then there's the wild card, minting errors. While no mass scale errors are officially documented for the 2004 issue, individual coins with off-center strikes, die cracks, double obverse, or clipped planchets occasionally surface. These error coins are fiercely hunted by specialist collectors and can sell for hundreds, if not thousands of dollars, depending on severity and uniqueness. What's more, the market demand for older decimal coins is reaching new heights. Young collectors entering the hobby are snapping up pre-2010 coins with fervor, driving up prices for high-grade examples. Social media has become a powerful engine for the coin boom, with influencers, auction houses, and community collectors showcasing coins like the 2004 half-dollar as sleepers, coins with stable pasts and explosive potential. So where does that leave you? If you're holding on to a 2004 Australian 50-cent coin in excellent condition, you may be holding more than just spare change. You could be holding a piece of growing numismatic significance, a coin that bridges eras, preserves heritage, and offers long-term value both financially and sentimentally. And if you're lucky enough to uncover an error coin or a near-perfect mint-state specimen, then you may very well be holding a hidden millionaire maker. In a world of digital transactions and fleeting trends, coins like the 2004 50-cent remind us of something enduring, that beauty, value, and history often reside in the palm of your hand. And sometimes, just sometimes, it's the coin that everyone overlooked that ends up being the crown jewel of a collector's fortune.